Hi, I'm Brad with Big Family Homestead, and today I have a special treat. I gotta be honest with you. I even had to call home to make sure that I could, come home for Christmas, so to speak, after I share with you this family secret recipe, and it is called potato chip cookies. Okay, so originally these cookies were called Pecan Crunch, but that doesn't really sell it because guess what the secret ingredient is? It's potato chips. And these things are amazing. Imagine like the best shortbread cookie you've ever had, and then give it a little bit of nutty flavor with the pecans, and then that super crisp crunch of the potato chip without it getting salty. Nice and crisp. Oh my gosh, these things are so good. I actually truthfully did call home to my mom to make sure that it was okay to be passing this on, because this recipe came from her grandma, and before that I actually don't know, but she was fine with it. So there you go, disclaimers out there, she was fine with it. But I do have to warn you that if/when you try this recipe, first of all, you just formed a new addiction. I'm not lying. This stuff is ridiculous. And secondly, if you share these cookies with anybody, you will now all of a sudden have all these friends you didn't know you had. It's that kind of good. People will be like, hey, what's up? Can you make me some more potato chip cookies? So be warned in advance. So for the ingredients, it's really pretty much basic stuff. You've got a cup of butter. You basically have 1/2 cup of regular old white sugar. We're gonna use 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we have, the secret ingredient, 1/2 cup crushed potato chips. Now take a look at this. I'm gonna try and get it nice and close. You don't wanna just annihilate them. You want them to still be in smaller pieces, maybe the size of Rice Krispies. That's important. So don't just completely nuke them in your food processor. Just crush them to a good level. Now also you have 1/2 cup of chopped pecans, and then over there, 2 cups of all-purpose flour. It is really that easy. Over here, I've got a little more sugar for when we press them onto the cookie sheet, and then a little bit of colored sugar to give it a festive feel. You don't have to have this, but doggone it, if you're going to this effort, come on, man, come on, make them look nice. Now, the first point of contention has just been reached because I showed you the ingredient list, and I have to come clean and say the potato chips, I thought you could use any old kind of potato chips you wanted, and have been for years. Then today, when I was talking to my wife about putting the potato chips in, she said, well, you can't make this recipe because you don't have this brand potato chip in the house. And I said, what are you talking about? You can make it with whatever you want. So I actually called my mom again, and she said she prefers a different brand. We've grown to like this brand because they're super crunchy. You can use any old potato chip you want, but I thought I would be, throwing myself under the bus by saying I guess I had gotten it wrong all this time and been using the wrong brand. There you go. So we're gonna actually go ahead and mix our butter and sugar together, and then we're gonna add our vanilla. We're gonna basically be creaming it. So I'm gonna get this going. And then, once that's going, I'm gonna put my teaspoon of vanilla in. A note on this vanilla, if you have the privilege of having any friends who may live in, around, or are missionaries to Haiti, I have found that Haitian vanilla is just ridiculously delicious. So now we've got this thing creaming. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're basically going to go ahead and add our pecans and our potato chips. So we're going to do that now. In you go, pecans and our potato chips. Now I'm going to stop this and show you what it looks like real quick. So far, that's what we're looking like with our batter dough. And now next, we're going to put in our flour. Now, I hope I don't have to tell you this, but you start out very slow and only putting a little flour in, or else you'll be wearing it. So there. So now we're on our lowest setting here, and I'm just going to put little by little flour in we go. because we do not want to wear it. There we go. Now we're going to let that incorporate a little bit before we turn the speed up. Once again, it'll just go poof, and then you'll be looking at Casper the Friendly Ghost in the mirror. So it's kind of getting a little better. I'm going to speed it up some more here. And we're almost there. All right, so our dough is completely mixed up, and this is what it looks like right now. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead with a handy dandy ice cream scoop and scoop these onto my cookie sheets so that we can make nice, symmetrical, lovely dough balls. So here we go. When I said I was getting ready to go ahead and put the dough balls down, that would be completely a falsehood. My wife heard what I was doing from the other room and came in to make sure that it doesn't look like Frankenstein got really upset and tried to make cookies while on a bender. So she's gonna go ahead and make the dough balls right now. Oh, look at that. So gentle, so tender. Look at the love that's happening right now with these dough balls. Phase 1 complete. Dough balls have been symmetrically assembled and put on the cookie sheet. Okay, now what's happening is Christa is taking a flat bottomed glass. She's dipping it in some dusting sugar, just regular old sugar, and she's mashing it down till the cookie's about 1/4 of an inch tall. Now this, you just gotta be kind of careful so you don't tear it apart. You get the feel for it, but you give it a little twist, it seems like right at the end. You get some sugar on it, and right before you pull it off, you give it a little twist. Phase 2 complete. Cookies are now sugared. Phase 3 complete. Decorative sugar has now been applied to aforementioned cookies. So now our oven has been preheated to 350 degrees, and all we have to do is pop these guys into the oven. And now we wait 16 to 18 minutes, and you are gonna be in cookie heaven. Let me tell you, you're not gonna believe it. Now I will say, keep an eye on them, because depending on your oven, these things can get burnt quick. So just keep an eye on them. Maybe 14 minutes, depending on your oven, but just keep an eye on them, because you don't want to, when you taste these things, you're gonna be like, oh my Lanta. And you're gonna call me or write me and say how awesome this recipe is. And you know what? You'll be right. Okay, so I'm really glad that I checked the time and I checked the cookies, because they're done early. And you don't want them to burn. Look at that delightfulness. Here we go. Get these out of here. We're gonna get them on the cooling rack. We'll be right back. Okay, so we've got our cookies on our cooling rack, and as much as my body says don't do it, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes so that they can cool off. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, here we go. Potato chip. Cookies, look at those guys, yummy. Now, still a little bit warm, light, crispy. Can you hear that? I bet you can hear that. My goodness. So unique. You can taste the nuts, crispy, but it's still got that shortbread thing going on. Let me tell you what, try it. You will not regret it. This is awesome, awesome, awesome. If you like the video, please click like and subscribe. Pass it on. Let everybody know. My name is Brad with Big Family Homestead, and you have an amazing day.